Hi, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the starter motor and how is the starter motor working. 3 days ago one of our customer called and asked how much you charging for the starter motor. Then we price up and we done the starter motor. After 3 days he called again and he said, Charlie, again same problem. Again it's not starting. Then I'll ask him to bring it to the garage. However, he didn't come yet, but I thought I'm going to give rough idea what is the starter motor, how is the work with the battery, and I'll give rough idea what's going on and what happened for the start and the start in the car. Right. As usual, I'm not good for the drawing, but however, I'll try to do my best to give you good idea how is the start and battery working. Right. Basically, this is your battery. This is two terminal, this one positive and this one negative. Right, this is your starter motor. It sit on somewhere gearbox. So starter motor has a solenoid, sometime inbuilt, sometime outside of the starter motor, and anywhere in the body, here or here minus, and here middle one connector, this is positive, and another connector here, that one also positive, it's somewhere sit on the solenoid. What happened, the main line go to the fuse box. I mean, it's sometime it could be relay. I'm say it's going to the relay. I put it R here. Then after that, that line straight come to the starter motor positive. Right. I'll use in two colors. Basically, this red line go to the relay and it's come to the starter motor positive. Right. Then this positive line to the solenoid, when you inside the car, you turn your key when you sit on the driver's seat, and when you turn the key, signal come through the steering. When you operate the key, signal come through the here and give the idea now time to start the car. So that one sometime it's go to the fuse board, and there is a fuse, could be it's 15 amp, 20 amp, it's depend on the cars. Then after that, that wire again come to here. Then I'll delete this line. Imagine when you operate the key, it's straight going to the fuse and come through the fuse. Once the signal come here, your motor will activate. But however, you can see here now one red line here, another red line here. But when you operate key like this, your starter not activate. You know why? It need to be positive and negative line. You can see positive line there, but still no negative. What we had to do, we had to bring the some wire and connect it to the body. Basically, hold your engine bay working as a negative line, one to one connected. Then no need to bring the special wire to the starter. It's when you connect it to the engine bay, it will automatically get ground or negative line. Basically, this is your starter motor. If some reason your starter motor not work, could be you don't have enough power in your battery. If your battery healthy, it's need to, basically people say 12 watts battery, but however if your battery healthy, it's need to hold 12.2 to 12.6 voltage. Otherwise, your battery not healthy. Right. Now you have a rough idea what's the healthy battery voltage. If you need to check the what's the voltage for the battery, you can use like this multimeter, and you can red line to the positive and the black line to the negative, and you can check the what's the voltage. If it between 12.2 and 12.6, you are fine. And same time, when you're going to crank the car, basically you try to start with the key. Once you start, signal come to the solenoid and starter motor will activate. When it's activate, if some reason this 12.2 or 12 point drop under 10 volt, your battery not good, because initially when you're going to start the car, it's take a huge power to activate this starter motor and spin the engine. So if some reason if you go under 10 or might be 9, I will say your battery not good, then you need to change the battery. Imagine your battery good, when you're going to start the car, you can hear click, click, click sounds. If it's something like that, I will say your starter motor not good. Or sometime when you operate the key, your battery good, even you can't hear any noise, nothing. When you turn the key, nothing. Sometime your dashboard light all illuminate. When you start, it's go down. If it like that, again I am going to say starter motor. Sometime old school way, people checking 100% is it starter motor or something else, they take a maybe metal rod, something solid, and they hammer to the solenoid. Someone need to operate the key inside the car to the starting position, and another person need to whack. Sometimes you can use like a hammer or something, slightly whack to the here. When you whack, your starter motor kicked on. That's another point we can check the starter motor. Right, now you have a rough idea how is your starter motor working. This is basic diagram, but this system you can apply to many cars. If you know what's the basic, then you can apply to the many car. Right, now I have a starter. This is the starter we changed 3 days ago, and I thought I will check this starter motor good or not first of all, because after 3 days customer called and told Charlie again same problem. So we'll see are they done the correct diagnostic or not. Right, you can use the battery, but I'll use my jump starter. What I'm going to do, right, this is the starter beginning. I'll explain. This is the starter, this is the solenoid. Right, I told you when you operate the key, one line come to here. This is imaging ignition, because there is a inside connector. I'll give the connection inside. When you operate the key, this wire going through the fuse and come back to the starter, basically solenoid. This is the solenoid. And also I'll give another power supply to this solenoid, because this power can be sit on solenoid, or some cars I can see it sit on the starter. Right, and we need a negative line. I told you before we can connect anywhere in the body. So I'll connect it here, and I'll operate my jump starter. Now it has a 12 volts. Have a look. Right, when I check with positive and this is negative, you can see 12.71. Yeah, if it 12.71, it's mean this jump start or battery pack good, right? Next step, imaging. When you operate the key, now it's need to work. Okay, I will give the small electrical shock here to check is this starter spinning, right? Okay, we'll see what's going on. This is electrical line, you can see, just tiny touch, just tiny touch here, you can see this starter motor active, right? Basically I would like to say this point, however previous mechanic didn't do the good job. Basically this starter motor, according to the my physical check, it's work as should be, right? Basically poor customer spend money unnecessary, add parts into his car, and he pay for me, right? Now we know starter motor working. When the car come tomorrow, I'll show you what's going on the car, where's the wrong point. See you tomorrow.